Does this look familiar? Oh, bananas. I know, another slice. What is causing it? Any idea? No, not path. Yes, that was 2.5 degrees outside in, but that wasn't the reason for all the curvature. The answer is my club face. And I know what you're saying. I've been trying for years to shut the club face, 20, 30 years of playing, and no matter what I do, I can't seem to shut it. So, what if I told you there was a reason that you're struggling to shut the club face? And the answer is your body. We all have the ability to shut a club face. When you hold a club in front of you, see that's not very difficult to shut the club face. Okay. So something is happening in your swing that won't let you do that. And your body is the culprit. Let me elaborate a little bit for you. The balance and positions you can maintain will either make it easy to control the club face or almost impossible. Most of the poor body mechanics you amateurs do, it really drives the club face open and it makes it so difficult to not only shut it but control it. We want to do some drills and some practice that make this so much easier. Now, first I want to explain to you what's happening, how it's happening, and what it causes. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring a training aid in. And I like to use a chair. I use a chair because it is something that everybody has at home. Unless you sit on the ground, then you got to go buy one. But everybody's got a chair. We can use a dining room chair, a folding chair like this. You can make your own something to lean up on, cardboard box, whatever. But a chair works great. Yes, there are very expensive training aids that do this. I don't understand why anybody would buy it because this is 29 bucks at Home Depot. So first, let's start with what is going on that is driving the club face open. All right. Professionals and high-level players, most of us, what we're doing is we are staying on this chair through the entirety of the swing. Right hip gets on chair, left hip gets on the chair. That training right there really keeps the body in check and stops a lot of the poor mechanics. What the average golfer does, 90 to 95% of amateur golfers, you guys all share the same swing flaw, is what you do is you make a backswing, you come away from the chair a little bit. Your body then starts moving forward towards the ball. You swing a little outside and you stand up. You'll notice that my shaft plane angles change dramatically. It's very vertical now. If I stay back where I need to be, you see it's here. And most professional players are in this zone to here. It's not a really large angle change. But you guys are doing this, all right? That angle change puts your hands and wrists in a position that is very weak and makes it very difficult to do anything proper with the club head. So let's do a test so you can see how difficult it is. Well, I need you to grab a golf club and I want you to hold it in your left hand if you're a right-hander, your right hand if you're a left-hander. And what you're going to do is you're going to stand up nice and tall, keep your arm fairly straight. It doesn't have to be all the way straight, but fairly straight. And I want you to hold the club head roughly parallel to the ground in line with your hands. Now, shut the face. See? Not very difficult. So if you can do that, why do you struggle to do it in the golf swing? Here's the reason. That angle change we were talking about, all right? If you let the club fall all the way down in this position here, now try to shut the face. Oh, man, that got a lot harder to do. Okay, now add a little bit of shoulder, drop it down, turn your shoulder a little bit, and now try to shut it. Man, I'm really having a tough time shutting that face. What you have to understand about this position that you just did is, first of all, it's a very weak position for the human body. And second, this club is the lightest it will ever be right now. It's not in motion, right? There's no load, no forces, nothing going on. And I'm struggling to get the face square. add some speed to it, and it's going to be virtually impossible. That's the number one reason that you are struggling to shut the face. Path does play a small part, but not as big of a part as you think. More than, I would say, half of the tour players play a little bit outside in. Some guys are really perfect. Screw them for being perfect. But the other guys, a little under, a little over, a little right in the middle. So what you want to do is you want to work on your body that help control your hands. So here's another visual for you to see. So here I'm at setup. I'm coming down into what is called P6. P6 is when the club is in line with your hands. And on a proper, really perfect downswing, club will be blurring right through your hand zone here, a little higher than your hands actually if you have power. So if I hold that position, all right, and I start moving my body towards the target, you'll notice that my hands lift up and push away from me. And the club head is then dropped and opening. Anytime I pull one end of a lever, the other end goes down. That's what you're doing. Whether you are really outside in, that now put the club in a bad spot outside in, or you are inside out, that position does the same thing. You lose control of the club face. So we take that P6, right? I move forward. The club will do that. You see how the club wobbles? Right? It's very unbalanced, and the club will exit very, very high. It's not a very ideal way to swing. So let's do the proper hip motion. Here at P6, if my body works back, you'll notice my hands don't lift, and they actually work a little closer to me. Then the club will go through the impact. Very balanced and very easy to control. And that is because I'm getting this angle instead of this angle. So again, one more time. Beautiful. Yuck. So we want to do drills that fix the problems you have. No amount of this stuff is really going to fix this stuff. So get yourself a chair, make some practice swings on it, and then when you're ready, give it a hit and try to shut the face. And you'll see it is so much easier to shut the face when you control your hips.